Hey guys, it's Camy here, and today I'm going to show you how to fold my Origami 3D Pope hat, which it also doubles as a little container, as you can see. Okay, so let's get into folding it. To fold this, you want to start by right side up, and you want to start by folding it in half vertically, or horizontally. It's a vertical line, but you fold it horizontally. And then you want to unfold, turn it over, and fold it again the same way, except on the opposite side. That way we have kind of a plus or a cross in the creases, or like that, like oh my god, like that. And then you want to turn it over, and you want to fold this. You want to fold these lines up about, I'd say about 3/4 of an inch, or I don't know if that's 3/4 of an inch, but you just want to fold it up. And then you want to turn it around and fold the same one up, and then you want to crease and crease. It doesn't have to be perfectly even, but it is nice to have it as even as possible, and do that on all 4 sides. So fold this up, try to make the length the same, but it's okay if it's not. This is, I would say, a pretty simple thing to fold. It's definitely not for beginners with origami, but I'd say it's like not exactly intermediate. So if you're new to origami, you can go ahead and give this a try, because it's not too bad, but there are parts of it that can get kind of tricky. And then you want to fold that up and that. Try to make it as even as possible, except it's not even for mine, which is fine. It'll still end up the same. And then you want to turn it over, and now you want to blince it. And blincing is where you take the corner of the paper and you fold it to the center. And then you want to crease sharply. And then blincing, I think, is a technique with paper where you fold all 4 corners to the center. So fold all 4 of them to the center. Turn it over. You don't have to turn it. If you can fold it with your right hand or left hand like that, that's fine, but I'm not good at that. And you guys finally get to see me fold something, so you get to see how mediocre the things I make are. But then you want to fold the final one to the center, and mine isn't perfect, which is fine, but you should have something that ends up like this. And then you want to turn it over to where you have these little corners, kind of like a painting or something. And then you want to fold it in half vertically or horizontally, whichever way, it doesn't really matter. Just fold it in half like this, and then crease it. Might get a little bit crumpled, which is fine. You just want to uncrumple it. Fold that up, and then fold that up, and then crease. I'm kind of struggling here. Dang it! So you should have one of these flaps on one side and one of them on the other. And what you want to do next is you want to take this corner and fold this side edge so it's even with the bottom edge, like that. Try to make it this as even as possible. This is one of the trickier parts because we have to make a square base out of this, which can get kind of tricky. And this isn't the normal way I'd make a square base, but this is the easiest way to do it with the folds we currently have. Once you have that, turn it over left to right, and take this side edge and fold it to the bottom. So we're basically just doing the opposite of what we just did. And then here's where it gets difficult. You now have these 2 flaps, one on each side, and you want to take this where you do have one of them, so it's kind of one of them on each side, kind of like an S, I guess, and you want to push those together, open the pocket in the middle, and then you want to squash it, do a squash fold to make the square base. And mine is kind of crumpled, so it's not going to turn out perfectly, but just try to get it as neat as you can. So you should end up, wow, that's a really rough square base. You should end up with these points. That one's not out, so I'm gonna have to pull it out. So it should end up like this, with the points like that. This is a really rough one, but it doesn't really matter too much. And then I'm gonna take this point, so basically this edge up to the yellow point, and you want to fold it up to the yellow edge, like that. So you basically have this flap right here, and then you want to fold the other end the same way. So essentially you want to fold it to here, and then we're going to do another squash fold. So we have these two flaps, and you want to open or fold it up so it's pointing straight up, and then you want to take this edge, open the pocket, and then stick your finger into the end of it, and then just press down with your thumb. And this doesn't have to be perfect, it's just it's got to be somewhat accurate. So basically what you want is for this center crease, you can't really see it because it's white paper, you want it to be somewhat lining up with that edge, and repeat on the other side, on the left side. So open it, poke your finger in there to open it, and then squash it. Okay, now we are going to turn over left to right, and we are going to repeat that over here. Also, now if your flap is messed up, this is the time to fix it. So I'll pull it down kind of like that. So now it's not really fixed like that. So now that should look a little bit better. And then you just want to repeat that on this side. Try to get these to line up. If yours doesn't, that's fine. Neatness is always the best in origami. And as you can see, mine is not neat, not as neat as I would like it. So again, fold those to the sides, crease sharply. Fold in like that. And then you want to crease sharply, and then once again you open the pocket, put your finger into it to open that kind of edge, open that triangle up, and then you want to squash it, which basically means you flatten it and squash the fold. It's called a squash fold. Turn it around and do the same thing. Pull that up, and then put your finger in it and squash it. Okay, next what we want to do is we want to take the left edge, fold it to the right like that, and turn it over, take the right edge and fold it to the left. So now those points should be on the inside, and then you want to take the points and fold them in on the crease, on the existing crease. So fold them in to where they line up with this, so like that, and repeat on the other side. So it should have a point like that now, and I'm going to try to line it up with this. Don't know if it'll be perfect. Okay, so now you want to turn over and repeat on the other side. So turn it over and fold this edge up to there, and fold that edge up to there. If I can get it flush with it, that'd be great. Okay, and then you want to, again, take the left edge, fold it to the right, and take the back edge. You don't have to do this, I just like to do this just to be neat. And now what you want to do is you want to take this flap right here and fold it up as far as it can go. It should be about to that point right there. And then you want to turn it over and repeat on the other side. So fold that up as far as it can go. Well, it can probably go further, but you want to fold it pretty high up, so where you have these little triangles. And then what you're going to do is we're going to rabbit ear it. This is kind of difficult, but if you're new to origami, this can be difficult. But if not, then let's go. So you want to make a crease. Let me find a pencil. I got a marker right here. You want to form a crease. It's not pointy enough. You want to form a crease right out there to that, on the diagonal crease right there, and another diagonal one on the other side. And how we do that is we fold this edge to this edge, to the vertical one, or the horizontal one. And don't crease all the way, just crease to that point right there. So you want to crease it sharply, and then unfold it, and now you can see we have a vertical crease right there. And you want to repeat that on the other side by folding this edge to the bottom edge, like that, except you only want to crease to the point to there. Okay, unfold, and now fold both of them in at the same time. So you fold both edges, and they should form this this flap right here, and that is called a rabbit ear because it kind of looks like a rabbit's ear. And you want to fold it to the left and push down and crease it, and then fold it to the right and crease it. And you can, or I said that wrong, so to the left, to the right, then the left, doesn't matter which way. And then you want to flatten it right there, and then you want to turn it over and repeat. So we want to fold this edge to the bottom edge by folding it down, and you want to crease up until that point right there, and crease sharply, and then open, and we have a crease right there, and then fold this edge to this bottom edge, like this. So we're making another rabbit ear. Crease it sharply, unfold, and now make both of those folds at the same time. Bring both of them to the bottom edge, and you should end up with another rabbit ear. Fold up, fold it down, and this one you can keep either up or down, doesn't matter. I'm going to keep it up. And then we want to take the left, turn it upside down. So take the left edge, fold it to the right, pick it up, grab those two edges, and fold this one over here. So now those rabbit ears are on the inside, and we're going to repeat the rabbit ear. So first you want to fold this up, and now we have a guide fold. You want to fold it up to where this edge matches that bottom edge, and turn it over and repeat. Fold that up, except this is really messed up, I don't know why. Oh shoot, oh I know why, I gotta fold that in. Now that should be fixed, so yeah. Okay, there we go. Now it looks a lot better. Still looks like shit, but whatever. So fold this up and try to match it. Again, mine is not even at all, so it doesn't have to look the best, but you want to rabbit ear it again. So fold this edge, diagonal edge, to the bottom edge, and it's a little bit easier to see now. So fold it right there, and we want to make a crease up to that point. So crease it, except do not crease right there. Unfold it, and now fold this edge to the bottom edge. Once again, making another rabbit ear. Fold it, and then crease sharply up into that triangle. Just crease right there. Unfold it, and make both folds at the same time now. And it should form a point. Try to pinch the point, and then fold it down, and then up. And I'm going to leave this one up, and then you want to turn over and do another rabbit ear. So we want to fold this edge, this diagonal edge, to the bottom edge, like this, and then crease sharply. Mine's a little lopsided right there, should be fine. And now fold this diagonal edge to the bottom edge. This is the final rabbit ear we have to do. So there should be plenty of practice for rabbit ears if you need to practice doing that. And then unfold and make both folds at the same time. And push that out. Shit. Push that out. Make that point. Hold it down and then up. Okay, and now we have these 4 rabbit ears, the 2 right there and 2 right there. And what we want to do is we want to open this up. So kind of pull on these edges, and then push the other 2 out. We're kind of forming like a box, like a box. So push those out onto those edges, and try to flatten it out as best you can. And now we have this Pope hat, except you want to make the points of the hat and make it stand, because it can stand like this, it just doesn't really balance well. You want to grab these flaps, and you want to bring them together on that side and crease it, push down. I ripped mine a little bit, which it's fine. Rip it, it's not the end of the world. And then you want to do the same with these two, bring them together. Except this one might be a little more difficult because I messed up the flap. So bring those together, kind of crease it. And now you want to push them out a little bit, and now you have the points of the Pope hat and also the legs of the box. Now you just want to flatten those out a little bit more and hope that those stick up. Okay, so now we have this. Hopefully it'll stand. Again, you just want to push those edges out, just form it to taste, however you want it. And there is the table, or the box thing, and you can turn it over, and it's the Pope hat. This one is a lot neater than the one I just made earlier, the first one, but this is what it should look like. This is the Origami Pope hat, designed by Camy to celebrate the life of Pope Francis and celebrate the Catholics around the world who followed him. That's about it. See ya.